a while has passed since my other video. I'm still getting used to this whole eBay thing. I'm actually really active on my Instagram though, so if you want to go down there and click my Instagram. But the enclosure that I said that I was going to be doing emerald tree skinks, well, I never actually ended up getting the emerald tree skinks, even though I really wanted them. The enclosure itself just wasn't really suitable for those kind of lizards. There was a whole complication with me trying to try to get some heat and source in there. I can't really go from the top because there's no screen. It's a custom IKEA built enclosure, and there would be no way I could possibly do that to where the lizards would be safe. If I put it inside, they would just be too close, and I didn't feel comfortable with having them in there. So I actually didn't know what I was going to put in there. I went to one reptile expo, and well, there is a gecko in there that I really didn't expect to get. There was options where I could put Saracenorum in there, which I love Saras. They're really cool geckos. Not everyone really likes them because they aren't the prettiest or coolest gecko, but they really are such a cool gecko. And then, at my one buddy's booth, we started chit-chatting and talking, and then all of a sudden, they presented me a Uroplatus fimbriatus, and I showed them the enclosure, and they were like, this enclosure would actually be really good for them. And well, I have a Uroplatus fimbriatus. Now, as this enclosure isn't exactly how I would set up a Uroplatus enclosure, I am actually switching some things out. Like these two cork rounds will be switched out for some more vertical oak branches and stuff like that. But she is in here right now. She's very good at hiding, and they are such a remarkable gecko. And if you can see right back here, there she is. Her name is Fiona. Oh, such a cool freaking gecko. Just blended in with that cork so freaking well. Now, when I was going to get the skinks, my plan was, why this area is so bare, was I was going to actually drill another hole and put a heat lamp in here, because they do need heat, and UVB, which I have a UVB right here. And don't mind the thing, I'm trying to get some fungus gnats. They did another outbreak in here. But the way the light was going to sit, the bottom of the light would have sat right here. You know what I mean? And I could put a cage around it, but the cage would be so bulky. It would take up half the enclosure, and they still would need a basking spot, which this was too close. So I would have had to taken this whole thing out regardless. So I just didn't feel like that was the right thing to do. I'm not going to jump into that. I really do want them. I will still eventually get them. It's just not a good time right now. So yes, we have a Uroplatus fimbriatus that I got from Joe over at the Gecko Gambit. She is wild caught, but has been in captivity for a while now. And my plans with her is to eventually get a male and hopefully breed them. I know they're a little bit more complicated to breed, but that is the whole thing of why I want to attempt to breed them. And also just get more into Uroplatus, because a lot of people like them. They want to get into them, but they're very scared because everyone says that they are extremely, extremely fragile, which they are fragile body-wise, because their bodies are very fragile. So you don't want to handle them as much as a crescent gecko or your lychee. But as far as care, they are almost literally just like your crescent geckos. Just maybe humidity-wise, depending on which species of Uroplatus. Some a little tad higher humidity, some a little lower with lower temperatures. So other than that, that's it. They eat crickets. She hand feeds from me, which I do have a video on my Instagram of that. But I'm going to try to get more of those types of videos on here on this platform. So yeah. We have a Uroplatus, and hopefully I'll have another one by the end of this year, I think. It's a year and a half, 2 years, I can actually start pairing them. So that's going to be a whole thing. And I'm going to keep updating on what I do with the enclosure-wise, because I'm going to pretty much rebuild it in a way just to better suit her needs. But we have a Uroplatus, and I am extremely, extremely excited. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.